welcome in. As I was saying before, guys, this is Nina, or this way. This is author of Love Under Contract, which is a fake relationship dating trope romance novel. So, yeah, give us a little introduction about yourself.
I'm not good at this. I've been a high school teacher for about almost 20 years.
Oh,
I have
wow.
3 kids. I've been married for
Uh oh.
years. I don't even know, since 2000. No, oh God, 2007? Yeah,
Oh, wow.
2007. I've been married since 2007. We met in ninth grade. So not necessarily high school sweethearts, but high school knowers.
Understood.
I've been writing forever, but I'm finally like I've had to push myself past some like imposter syndrome and like I'm not good enough and everybody's good enough. So I'm like, let me do it. Let me do it. I need to write my way out of this classroom.
Love that. I love that. Write my way out. I got to write my way out. I got to get
Out of
out
the class.
somehow. I love that. So yeah, you said that you've been writing for years. Like when do you like? What's the time that you're like, this is when I started writing? Can you remember when you're like, this is it. This is when I started writing.
I mean, I remember in maybe like fifth grade, I wrote a book called Dr. Dog. It was an illustrated like children's book with, I had to like keep drawing the same dog. I'm not a good artist, so it was problematic. But she was a veterinarian. She was a dog veterinarian. So,
Okay. Okay.
but like writing, I think it's been like 8 years since I've been trying to like come up and follow through and finish a story.
Oh
I have this
wow.
habit of feeling like I don't finish things. And I've had to like work with someone. And you've been working for 20 years as a teacher. You've finished that. You follow through with that. Yeah. You've been married forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm raising these kids. So I do complete some things.
Right.
So I needed more confidence to be able to push through when I finally got it.
I love that. I love that. And then just realizing like, well, no, I can follow through on some things. I can do that, and I just need to just go ahead and do it. I love that realization. I love that. So you said you had 3 kids. You say you have a husband. You're a teacher. You're wearing all of these hats. Like, I want you to try to finish this sentence for me. When I'm not writing, I am.
Watching reality TV.
What's your favorite?
I just finished Love is Blind.
Did
So,
you? Oh, everybody's talking about it. I'm so
oh, it's
far behind. I'm so far behind. I was
it's
telling my
nonsense.
chat yesterday. I was like, cause I'm hosting a Love Is Blind like series using the Sims, and people are gonna upload their Sim or whatever, and we're gonna play it out in the game that I play. And
Yes.
I was just, I was like, I'm so far behind. But what happened was Chicago was so cringe. It was so hard for me, and I know that's so
Oh,
far. That was like season 2, but it was so hard with Deepti and that man, and he was just so misogynistic, and he was disgusting. And I was watching their reunion show, and I was like, okay, reunion on them, and then I'm gonna move on to the next. And I couldn't get past the reunion show because I'm
mhm,
like,
mhm.
he's the worst. He was sitting up there, and he was so misogynistic. I couldn't take it. And then
Yeah.
from there, my husband was like, we don't even watch Netflix anymore. Let's get it off. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And then I completely forgot that that would cut me off with Love is Blind. So now I'm looking at him like, listen, let's get that subscription back,
Hey,
sir.
Twitter's blowing up. Come on, I need to know.
Yes, yes. Cause I mean, and so another streamer who does the same game as I did put Love Is Blind up in like the corner while he was playing, and I was looking and I'm like, ooh, drama. Somebody
Mhm.
pregnant? I'm like, what? What? I gotta catch up. Let me get my subscription together.
Seriously, seriously, binge. binge it all.
That is my plan. That is exactly my plan. Okay, so you're watching reality TV show. I could see that.
Hmm.
I could see that. So getting back to speaking of Love is Blind and love, getting back to this book. Give me a synopsis of this book in 10 words or less.
Up 10? What?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Broke teacher meets billionaire who needs marriage to the CEO.
Okay, there you go. That was done, and that's exactly that's exactly it. That was good. That was really good. Exactly that. Exactly that. And broke teacher for real. I felt like when I was reading it, and I'm not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not very far in the book. I'm about 20% done, 25% done. But um, the way that Sharice was talking about that student loan debt, baby, that's real.
Mm-hmm.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
Like the idea, the
Yes.
reality, like, hold on, there was this American dream and I can't have it because I went to school. But wasn't that part of the dream? You know? So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Allison said, adding it to my TBR based on those 10 words.
Awesome.
Yes. Yes, yes,
Love.
yes.
Yeah, it's
But
true
yeah,
though.
it
That.
felt real. I was like, girl, I feel like I was talking to her myself. Like, girl, listen, somebody come
Mm-hmm.
tell them to change this stuff because this is horrible. But yeah, you did good with those 10 words. So what inspired this particular story? Because this is a fake dating, fake marriage proposal type trope.
Yeah.
What inspired this one?
I had read some billionaire romances, and none of the characters were like me.
Hmm.
Um, and so I wanted to add a little brown to the billionaire trope. And then I am a teacher, and I'm sometimes a broke teacher. And so, what would be the dream? What would be the dream for a single broke teacher?
Hmm.
It would be a billionaire coming in, no strings attached, and just giving you some money, and you just be his arm candy. Hello,
Yeah,
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 absolutely.
for
Don't tell my
sure. And now that I know that you're a teacher, that totally makes sense. Because I'm like, so I went to school partly. So I started out in psychology and then realized I liked education and was going
Mhm.
back to be an elementary education teacher, but had most of my classes in psychology. I was going to dual
Mhm.
major it, and then I got pregnant. And I
Well,
have 4 kids now, but I got pregnant with my
yeah,
oldest, and I was like, oh, I got to
yeah.
choose one to get out quick because
Mhm.
I need to get out of school quick. This dual major is going to take
Mhm.
me, an extra year and a half, more money. Let me get out so I can get a
Mhm.
job. And I chose the psychology because that's where I had most of my things. But like, it felt like I was talking to somebody who was a teacher when I was listening to Sharice's conversations with Lily, and I'm like,
Yeah,
and with more Portia, and I'm like, yeah, this sounds like a teacher talking to me. So that makes sense. It totally makes sense. I definitely got that from it
an
for
expert in
sure.
that.
Yeah. That makes sense though. You're right. I feel like I've read a lot of billionaire tropes, and you're right. There are not a lot of people of color,
Mhm.
in
Mhm.
those books. I recently read
Yeah.
one that did have a person of the LGBTQ community, but again, not a person of color. And so I think it
Yeah.
was really good idea for you to add that in.
Mhm.
I think that was amazing for sure.
And Drew is sweet.
Hmm.
He's not that grouchy, like angry, grumpy billionaire because I would say no.
Right.
I would reconsider it. I'd be like, this might not
For
be a good idea.
sure. Exactly that. Very
Yeah.
sweet, very kind. And like the biggest question, like just from where I'm at, and I get the answer, but I'm kind of like, yeah, but still, man. He's married to his job, and I get that. But I'm like, man, the way you describe you're a little fan, you know what I'm saying? You're a fan, man. You a billionaire, you know. Just let go of your job. Give you 6 months, and you could have found you somebody that was real. But it looked
I
like
know,
that might
right?
be where we're going
Yeah.
anyway. So
Yeah, well, he's cheating. That's the point. He's cheating, and you
Yeah.
shouldn't be cheating on this. You're supposed to listen to your mama. But
Uh-huh. Yeah, I guess so.
he's can't
Mama
find
said, I'm not
love, and you're
turning it
like,
over till I have
"What's money at
grandbabies.
it?" Yes.
Oh my goodness. So I like that. Adding color kind of give you an inspiration on like, okay, I see this going on here, but I don't see this part is missing. And so adding some
Hmm.
people that look like you. I completely understand that. Who's your favorite character in the book? I can tell you mine real quick. Let
Um,
me tell you, so far, mine is Portia.
yeah. Portia's gonna get her own story in this series, just so you know.
Oh, I would
Portia's in
love
book
that.
3.
I would love
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, it's gonna be good. And she's just mouthy, you know. She says what's on her mind.
She reminds me of
She,
me. I'm
she's
telling
like
you.
Tamar Braxton was like my inspiration for her.
Got you. I see that. I can
Just
see that. I can
say
totally see
whatever.
that. And I want to say, wait, let me make sure. I was gonna say I wanted to feel like Tamar might have been, but it might not have been mentioned. But for some reason, maybe she was in my head when I was reading it or something. But I was like, yeah, I could see that. Tamar Braxton, yeah. I love
That
Portia.
mouthy, no nonsense. I'm gonna just say it, and it's gonna be hilarious nonsense, but true.
That's it, and true. That's it. I'm gonna say it because it's true, and you're gonna
You need
take
a
it for what
sugar
it
daddy.
is. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. So what about your favorite scene in to write? Without, oh, don't
You
give
know,
it away to me too much.
I know it's the shopping spree. Is what
Shopping
I'll.
spree. Okay, I can't. I don't think I've
It's a
gotten
good
to
one.
that part
I just
yet.
everything that I put in there is like my dream. In an
Hmm.
alternate universe, this book is what I would want. I would
I
want to
love it.
live this.
So
Hmm.
far, my favorite scene, and I think you're right. It's about like your dream, right? So like my favorite scene. Yes, I have a husband, and he is amazing. Juice may even be listening right now. He is my mod in here. He is amazing. I like romance. I like to be like romanced and being together as long as we've been together. We've actually been married less than you have, so we've been married. It'll be 11 years coming up, but you guys have really. But we've
Right.
been together for 20, and I like the roses scene. Like I know it's kind of like,
Oh,
but like I want to walk into a
yeah.
room and like
Yes.
floor to ceiling like
Yes.
roses everywhere.
Well.
Like I want that. Like
Mhm.
but I don't want to have to say I want it. I want it to
Right.
just
Right.
happen. So
Yeah.
romance, and it's like honestly, in
Mhm.
the end of it, with my husband, would I be mad he spent that amount of money on roses? Yes, because we got bills to pay, baby. But in that
Absolutely.
fantasy type, oh, everything's great, and money is not a care in the world. Yeah, floor to ceiling me. Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes,
That was
yes,
the idea
yes.
that
That is
it's this
definitely my
made
favorite.
all the money, and it does he doesn't have to worry about it.
Exactly.
I mean, he's doing it for the look
Hmm.
now, but it still feels
It,
romantic.
it was it felt so romantic. I was just cheesing reading. I was like, and then the principal coming in, and what the principal said was like, and I'm not gonna quote, but that's gonna be one of my favorite quotes, honestly, because I write a book that, I have a book for every book that I write. I have a journal, and I write down quotes that I like, and I think it's one of my favorite quotes. Like, I've only done that for one woman, and she is now Mrs. So and so, basically his
Yeah.
wife, and I was just like,
Mhm.
yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Yeah. Yep.
Definitely felt that. That is my favorite scene so far. So far, we'll see if there's some others that trump that, but that one is my favorite. Yes, Susie, it was nice. I loved it. Okay, so now we're gonna do a word association game. Basically, I'm gonna say the
Okay.
word, and you're gonna give me the first word that comes to your mind.
Oh gosh.
Okay, are you ready? Let me give my words. Okay, teacher,
Broke.
fake,
Say that again.
fake.
Fate.
No, fake, as in like fake dating trope. Fake.
Oh. Boobs.
I love that. Drew.
Sexy.
Agreed. Family.
Best.
Hmm. Let's see. Dating.
Scary.
I can see that. Yeah. Okay. Charisse.
Hmm. Sweet.
Hmm. Relationship.
Complicated.
Like that. Yes. 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 Lily. Because we didn't talk about Lily much. Lily.
Um, Hippie.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I like that one. Yeah. Romance.
Puerto Rico.
Ooh, what y'all do in Puerto Rico? I can't wait to
You have
go
to
one
finish the
day.
book. Finish the book.
Ooh, the book. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, okay, that's exciting. Oh, that's exciting. Ooh, I want to go to Puerto. It's one of my dreams. It's so simple because you don't even need a freaking passport, but you need, I need a little bit more of
Exactly.
this. Need a little bit more of this. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Marriage.
Um, oh, I don't know. I broke. I got broke. Okay. Marriage. Definite.
Mm. The first thing that comes to my mind when I think marriage, and my marriage is good, everything's good, but I'm just like hard. It's like it's hard.
Mhm.
It's not as easy as people think, and
Wavy. It's wavy.
yes, it's so wavy, and I mean, but you're right. It's a commitment. It's like a forever commitment, and so that's really important. But um, man.
Since it's not
That's the
for
first thing
me.
that come up. Like, yeah, people be out here. I can't wait until, and I'm like, slow down.
Take a break. Take a breath. Go live by
Yes,
yourself.
yes, for sure. Okay, last one. Love.
Um, Warm.
Like a warm blanket, like a warm hug. I love that.
Hmm.
Yes, yes,
Hmm.
yes. I love that. I love that. So we already talked about why this story, why this book, why this genre, why romance.
Um, I discovered when I discovered romance. I remember I read a book and I was like, teenage me would have loved this. When I read my first romance, I didn't even know that like romance. I thought like Bodice Ripper was
Mm-hmm.
romance, and that's
Yeah.
it. I didn't know, and so I was like, I read a book, and I was like, I just discovered books where the girl gets the guy in the end every time.
Every time.
This blew my mind, and then I just kept reading him and kept reading him, and I was like, I could do this. I could do this. I'm overwhelmed by like science fiction and world
Mm-hmm.
building and all. I can do romance, and I can come up with it. I just how many? There's 1,000,000,000,000,000,000 ways to fall in love. Let me
Yes,
tell you all.
isn't there?
Let
Isn't
me tell you all.
there? I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. And then, so like when we're talking about romance, would you, or now, mind you, I don't know if that's the case here. I kind of hope it's not the case. And I don't want you to tell me if it is the case. But are you
Okay.
considering doing one of those romance books where you break them apart and you put them back together? Because sometimes my heart gets
No.
shattered. I be
No.
shattered. I be in the
No.
bed crying and stuff.
Honestly, I get bored. I get tired
Mm.
of being in the same world for too long. Like, you know
Mm.
those fantasy books that have like 8 series, 8 books in a series? At 3, I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
Let's go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So this is a series, but it follows the Martin brothers. So you'll
Okay.
see, Charisse and Portia and Lily popping up, and Drew. But like the next book is about Drummond. And then the last one
The twins,
is
yeah.
is no, the next one's about Draymond, and then the last one's Drummond and Portia.
Okay.
So when you meet the twins all the way, you're gonna see how Drummond and Portia are gonna be the best thing ever. I can't
What?
wait.
Okay. It's so funny because I have four boys, and yeah, just like hearing about the twins, just a little bit that I heard, I was like, oh, that's so cute. I wonder how how they are. I'm so glad to know that we'll learn a little bit more about them and get
Mhm.
maybe even
Yeah,
that word family, that little piece there, maybe being
yeah.
complicated and things like that. I'll understand a little bit more of mom's position, in when she's
Hmm.
saying, yo, you're gonna have to get your stuff together,
Hmm.
or before you take over
Yeah.
this. I want you to have a life. And
Hmm.
I get that from a mother perspective. You
Yeah.
want them
Yeah.
to, I don't know, you want them to find love, you want them to have a life, you want them to get married, you want them to have this before they throw themselves at, just work. And so I do understand. I do understand that. I totally do. I don't understand
Mhm.
why Drew all of a sudden was like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it fakely. Instead of going to get on a dating app. Like,
He's a
yeah,
cheater. He
her,
wants
her.
the easiest way out.
That
He's
part.
like, Mom, I'm smarter than you. I'm gonna outsmart
Right,
you.
right. I love that. I love that. I love that. So let's talk about marketing and like getting yourself out there. Like, how have you felt the independent author realm? Like, what is your take on it? How are you feeling about it?
It is hard. It's a
Mhm.
lot. There's so many different windows that you can, well, maybe doors. Windows are too small. I don't know. There's so many doors that you can use to try to market, and kind of like trying not to fall into the trap of trying to open every door.
Mm.
I want to do threads. I want to do Facebook. I want to do. If you do that, you can't, jack of all trades, master of none. So I can't really hammer down one of them. TikTok gives me anxiety. I'm trying, but I'm like, Lord, I get 2,500 views on one, and then I get three. I'm like, I don't understand
Like,
any of
it's
it.
a lot. And I
Like, how am I
can't
supposed to?
imagine that being, me, I'm marketing myself. You're marketing, a product. This book that
Yes.
you've written.
Mhm.
It's got to be tough. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I can see that.
yeah, and like I know a writer she started in August, and she is banking now because she discovered she like cracked TikTok,
Hmm.
and she's also paying $11,000 in advertising.
Yeah, that's a no for me. It's not a no for doing it if I
I'm a
had it, but if I
teacher.
don't got it.
Right, right. I am a teacher.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just
Hence the word
it's
teacher
hard.
broke. Bro. For
Teacher
real.
broke. Teacher
Yeah,
broke.
yeah. For real. It's
So
and
I've just been
yeah. So yeah, I admire the authors that are out there, like, cause somehow I think because I do these like little snippets things, I end up on authors talk more often than I'm on book
mhm.
talk. And I see like the amount, like I'm doing four videos a day, and 5 videos a
Mhm.
day, and I'm pushing it out, and I'm connecting here, and I'm like, where do you find the time to write? So that's my question to you.
Right.
Where do you
Yeah.
find your time to write and market and mom and teach
I
and
don't
wife
know.
and
I don't sleep. I don't work in the traditional classroom anymore. I work
okay.
like charter school, and I make my own hours. So I do have Mondays off, and then I work half day Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
So get in there. I am a night owl, so I stay up pretty late. Late, I'm always like the last one awake in my house.
Yeah.
So just I squeeze it in. I squeeze it in, and I don't sit down necessarily and write for an hour.
Hmm.
I got a little writing log, and I log my sessions, and
Okay.
I'll write as much as I can in 15 minutes, and then I'll go do the laundry, and then I'll write
Nice.
some more.
Okay. That makes sense.
I because I was trying to just sit down. Okay, we're gonna get 4,000 words down, and I can't do that. But if I come back, I guess maybe a little ADHD. I come back, 20 times, it's gonna add up.
Yeah.
And seeing that on the chart, I was like, oh. I am productive. I just got to break it up into tiny bite-sized pieces,
Yeah.
and it's helped me a lot.
And I like that, getting to know what it is you need and then just executing it. And I think that
Mhm.
for me, like just with content creation, I still haven't figured out what it is I need. So like, yeah, just kind of like figuring out, because a part of me is like, okay, I got to edit this video for this. And then I'm like, well, no, but I
Mhm.
want to do this. And then I'm like, oh, I'm in this competition. I want to do this. And then I'm over here and I'm like, wait, what?
There's so many pots, so many doors, so many.
Yes, yes, and that's just on the content portion, not alone the mothering and the wifing and house related
Yes.
stuff and all
Oh,
of that. So, yeah,
yeah.
I could. I
I'm
like the fact
trying.
that
I'm
you
like,
kept that log. That makes sense. You see, you're being
yeah.
productive. Yeah,
So I was like, I wrote 45,000 words in January.
yeah.
What?
Wow.
And I did. So, boom, I have proof. I
Yeah,
have proof. At the end of the year, I'm going to know all the words I wrote, and that's going to be so cool.
yeah. That will be cool. That's really cool. I like that. So speaking of getting your time and keeping your time together and everything like that, what's the future hold for it? What's your timeline as far as the future with these books or with this series? How many books are we talking? And what would do you put a timeline on it, or how, what's your thoughts on that?
If I don't have a timeline, I'll get nothing done.
Mm.
I need deadlines. I am one of those people the day before it's due. So, but book two's already done. I'm doing edits, and I've got to write book three. But I'm book two's coming out April 12th, I think I said,
Oh
and then
wow.
book three is going to come out in May. I'm popping them out one a month because I can't. I'm a pretty fast writer, and I've got a good editor, and so we're going to crank it out. And I've
Okay.
already got ideas for the next series, which I'm pretty excited about. Um, so I'm just going to keep going.
That's
Keep going.
exciting. So literally 3 books and you're done. You said you literally meant, no, we're not going ahead. We can't keep going
No,
on and on.
no. But I think okay, so Drummond, one of the twins,
Hmm.
owns an NBA team, and so I may
Hey,
hop over into
Rich.
sports.
Why can't I?
Hello, yeah,
Anyways.
I know, but I think I'm gonna hop over and start a sports series with
Okay.
Drummond's team. But it's still just gonna be three because that's
Wow, that would
stopped
be
at
pretty
three
cool.
kids. We got stopped at three books.
Everything's in threes.
Related tree triangle.
I love that. I love that. Oh my goodness. I truly do. I am now going to open up the floor. We're going to catch up on chat and what chat's been saying, and then
Okay.
I'm opening up the floor for anybody to ask Miss Nina some questions. If you ask a question or make a comment on something that you heard, it gets you entered into a copy of giveaway for a copy of this book, so you guys can read it along with me and we can talk about it and all that good jazz. But let's get caught up in chat. Let's see what chat's been talking about. What's your favorite romance trope? That's a good one.
I love like a hidden relationship where you have to hide the relationship. Sneaking
Hmm.
around and then you have to keep it from your friends and your family. And then you're like you get to glances from across the room where the people are reading your body language and you gotta be like,
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Who? Yes, I think my favorite
You
is
just turn me
probably.
into a pretzel in the other room.
Right, right. I like it when it's like the okay, so like we're best friends or whatever, but it's like your sister or something, and it's like or it's his brother. Like, oh, that's my male best
Best
friend, but
friend's
it's his
brother.
brother or something, and or it's my
Yeah.
friend's brother, and it's like, well, don't tell her. I know, don't look at me. Who you seeing? Just somebody. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
I like those ones too. Yeah, the secrets
Yeah.
are always
They're
fun.
fun. Yeah.
It was.
So
Let's see. Do you read your books after they have been published, and do you ever wish you had written something differently? Ooh, good question.
no. Like I said, I get bored. I can't keep rereading the same thing. I hate reading the same book. Like I never, when I was teaching in the classroom, like I had to read To Kill a Mockingbird. You know, we had to work on chapter 5, six times
Uh
through the
huh.
day, and that's that I have that book memorized. But I don't like to reread because I know what's going to happen, and
Mm.
that irritates.
That makes sense. I think that when I'm attacking things like that, I end up just continually changing it to where at the end the entire story been changed because I'm well no that doesn't work and then this and I never get with a finished product which is
Yeah.
it's got to be hard. At one point you just got to be like, I'm done. I'm sending it in, and it's gonna be what it is. But speaking of which, even Jen saying that I do know an author as of recently during independent. She's an independent publisher as well, and she went ahead and took some of the feedback that she was getting from people that was reading her story, and she published a second edition to that same
Oh.
book. What feedback have you gotten? Like, is there even if you didn't reread your story, is there feedback you've gotten that maybe you wish you would have done differently in
Um,
this particular story?
it's been a lot of positives, honestly, and it's surprising. That whole imposter syndrome. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh,
Yeah.
I like it. I thought it was good, and now other people think it's good, and I don't know how to react.
Mhm.
You like
Right.
you
You
like
really
it.
like
So
me? Yeah.
I know that as I write more, I'm going to grow, and I just accept that. It's like making that first pancake. It's not going to be the best one,
Right.
but it still tastes good.
Yeah.
And so the rest are just going to look better and taste better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just accept that I am going to grow.
I
If I'm
hear
writing a
that.
book a month, I'm honest. So it's getting better. It's going to get better. But I like this book, and I like the way it came out.
Good, good. I love to hear that. I do. Sometimes compliments are harder to accept and process than constructive criticism. I agree, Jen.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to end. I just want to say congrats and well done on your amazing hard work. Love that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks. It's been a long time coming. And I'm seeing like the page reads come in, and I'm like, the people are reading it.
Yes. Oh, that's true. So are you free on Kindle Unlimited?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it's on KU. So, and it's obsessive to check. It's disturbing almost. Like I haven't checked this whole interview. Like where are my numbers?
And that's the other thing.
So,
That's another thing I can't do. Like even when I like post a video, like oftentimes I'm just like, how many people saw it? And I don't. I guess I always wonder like how artists and like authors and like people who created content before content creation was a thing in on the internet, like how did they
mm,
know that they had like made it or
yeah,
like is it
it's
oh you're in the
true.
local newspaper or is it when you get to I don't know, it must have been hard.
Right, right. How did they let people know back in the day? Like how did
Right,
but if that
right,
was where the gatekeeping is though, that's where independent authoring,
yeah,
has blossomed because there was so much gatekeeping and all these beautiful people were writing all these beautiful books and nobody had access to them
yep.
because they didn't fit.
Exactly that.
So,
Exactly that. And we know that that's definitely true for people of color. Period.
hmm
Women.
sure.
Certain genres were not for women. Only romance for women. Women couldn't step into
Yes.
a science fiction or this, that, the third.
Mhm.
Gatekeeping is done, baby.
Exactly.
We out here, and it is what it is. So, if you do, you have anything else you want to share with us that you have?
Book two is up for pre-order, so that's it.
Okay.
I'm so excited. This was so much fun. I was nervous. Like, oh, this was
So, but
fun.
yeah, this was
It's
fun. Thank you
fun.
for sticking with
All
so
right.
much. I appreciate you coming
Thank
on.
you.
This was
It's such
fun.
a pleasure.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.